Hello FlossTube, my name is Sarah. I'm from Memphis and this is my channel about cross stitch. Welcome, welcome. Today is Monday, November the 27th. I think this is FlossTube number 30, 29, because I had planned to film episode 29 right around Halloween. And you know, it's been a minute since I've seen y'all, so I'm happy to see you all. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I have missed everyone. I've been thinking about FlossTube. It's been on my brain since my last FlossTube. It's been a while since we've talked. Last time you saw me, I had made it home from the Stitch New England retreat, and I had grand plans to see you all at the end of October and kind of wrap up October and talk about November stuff. And just, y'all, life just happened. I mean, I'm just gonna run it down for you really quick. I came home from Stitch New England. I went back to work. I was home for like, 10, 12 days, whatever. Anyway, I was supposed to be leaving to go to Philly for the sweater weather retreat. I was super excited about it. And like 2 days or a day before it was time to leave, I got COVID. So I was sick. Not as sick as the only other time I got COVID, but I was sick. And then I don't remember if I told y'all we'd had some plumbing problems, but we had some plumbing problems, and then we had more major plumbing problems. The kind of plumbing problems where like they bring a heavy equipment to your house and tear up your yard kind of problems. Yeah, so we had plumbing issues, and then like I said, I had been sick, and then I got this weird rash, itchy rash everywhere. I'm still dealing with it. I'm not going to show you. It was like from the waist up everywhere, side of my face. We do not know what it was caused by, what the problem was, what I'm allergic to. Taking meds and on all kinds of creams, and so if I'm itching, I'm so sorry. My medicine started to wear off a little bit. So anyway, I had itchy rash and I couldn't function, and then my Winnie dog, she got pancreatitis, and then we went to Wisconsin to my mom's for Thanksgiving, and so literally it has been one thing after another. I haven't been able to record. So that's just been life in a nutshell. And it's not all bad. Like everything I just spit at you was bad, but like there's been good in between. Those things have just prevented me from being able to record when I want to, the being sick and the itchy rash and all that junk. So, and the plumbing, because the house was just upside down. And the same thing for tonight. So I've been trying to film this FlossTube all day, but needed to do one thing after another. And so now it's evening and everybody's home. And so if you hear animals and there's a cat meowing outside the door, and if people are talking or clanging around, that's just because life's going on out there. And I'm in my stitchy room just trying to visit with y'all. So I'm not quite as quiet and calmed down as I normally like it to be, but it is what it is, right? So y'all, if you can imagine, I have a ton of stuff to talk to you about. The first of which being, I have so many plans rattling around in this brain for next year, and goals and ideas and things that I'm going to be working on and aspirations. And one of those, which you're going to laugh because literally I just went through this whole litany of reasons why I haven't seen you all in so long. I want to be very intentional in 2024. Intentional with my stitching, intentional with my recording, intentional just in general. Intentional in general, that's kind of an oxymoron, but you get what I'm saying. So don't laugh. The goal is twice a month. Twice a month I'm going to talk to y'all, because I have too much to go over, okay? This is going to be a long one. So you might have to pause and come back if that's your jam. You get a drink, get settled, like everybody says, get comfy, because I have a lot to go over. I am going to go over plans. I have FFOs. I have FOs. I have hashtags and Stitchalongs to talk about, and whips. I mean, I have been stitching. So that's been wonderful. Lots and lots to go over. The first thing I want to just talk about right off the bat, because I don't want anybody to miss this because they get fatigued from this long video that you're fixing to see. I my birthday is in December, and last year I had a stitch along on my birthday, and it just can last throughout the month of December. My birthday is on the 8th, and it was called #SoFancyBDaySal. I would love for anyone who wants to join me again this year at the So Fancy B-Day-Sal. It's so fancy because I want you to stitch on something fancy. Fancy to you, right? You all know I love the fancy ladies, and I love the beads and the hand-dyed fabrics and the Krynic and all of the sparkly beautiful things, right? But I want you to stitch on something that's fancy to you. Like I said, whether it's a fancy lady, an animal wearing a fancy dress. What is fancy to you? Are you using silks? That's fancy. Are you using metallic threads? Are you using hand-dyed fabric? I mean, anything that you think is fancy. Is there a bead on it? Does it make you feel fancy? It's fair game, okay? I would love for you to stitch along with me on my birthday and throughout the month of December, and just use the hashtag on Instagram, #SoFancyBDaySal. Now, because of the way that Instagram has changed the way that hashtags operate, I would extra appreciate it if you would tag me in your posts. Now, when you just tag somebody by saying like, and if this is above and beyond your comfort level with Instagram and you're already tuning out because you don't do Instagram, but please still join me, even if you don't do Instagram. Just, you know, it's all about the spirit, right? So, that hashtag, but the way you tag somebody on Instagram, if you just say like @Memphis.Sarah.E, which that's my information, I don't necessarily see that. So what you really have to do is, like, when you post your picture, you have to click on your picture and tag and choose my name. Then I should definitely see, or supposed to see, your post and use the hashtag. So please just join me, celebrate birthday. You know, birthday's in December. I mean, I love Christmas. Y'all know I love Christmas, so it's not really a hardship for me. I mean, my birthday in December is kind of just like icing on the cake, but it is fun to do something a little bit extra and out of the ordinary for the birthday. So #SoFancyBDaySal. Please join me. I will love to see what you think is fancy, and just kind of celebrate with me. All right. Let's see, what else am I going to talk about? Right off the bat too, the Jingle Ball. I'm not sure. You may not have heard about the Jingle Ball. So Lindy Stitches, Stephanie Webb, this will be her second year. She hosts a virtual stitchy event, and it's called the Jingle Ball. TheJingleBall.net. You can go for all the information. You can also go to Stephanie's Instagram. There's videos about it, information about it. At this point, you are able to buy a general admission ticket. That costs $10. You do have to have internet access and be able to get on a computer or phone or whatever, some kind of device like that, to log in and join the Jingle Ball. The Jingle Ball is a big virtual platform, and what it is it's full of stitchy rooms, and it's got, now these things are, for your $10 general admission, you can participate in any of the stitchy rooms all weekend where everybody's just sitting around chit-chatting. She has them divided by, like, it looked like really fun, like maybe like different areas of the country stitchers, or people who like to stitch late at night, or people that have cats or dogs, or there's all sorts of things, right? Or like the quiet room where you just want to get in there and stitch and you don't want to have to talk to anybody, which you don't have to anyway. But so you can join stitchy rooms. There's meet and greets with designers. You get a free, there's like a free chart. I don't know if it's like an ornament chart or whatever. There is a free Jingle Ball chart. You're able to shop exclusives from all the designers. They've all come up with at least an ornament that they compile into a book, like an ornament book. For this year only, last year's book that they made, which is great. I love it. I have it. Will also be for sale just for this year. I think they're going to do that, like only sell like the following year, the next year. So you can still get last year's book. Like I said, there's a free exclusive ornament, and then you have access to all these exclusives, shopping by the designers. There's, I think, 12 designers. They're very well known. You're going to know. It's like Kathy Haberman and Ink Circles and Stephanie Lindy Stitches, Frosted Pumpkin. There's a Heartstring Samplery, Satsuma Street, Liz Matthews. There's a lot of them. Okay, so great designers. The classes, there are some free classes that you don't have to have a ticket for, so you can still get into the free classes. The only thing at this point that you're kind of missed out on, if you call it missed out, I mean, that you're not available to be able to join one of the paid for classes. It's not the end of the world. Last year I had to work the whole weekend and all I got to do was like pop around and shop. I mean, you know, and for 10 bucks, I was happy with that. So anyway, if you're interested, I'm going to be attending the Jingle Ball Friday, Saturday, kind of in and out, have some things going on, but I am definitely going to be in stitchy rooms, and I have 2 classes. I'm going to be going to the heartstring samplery class to learn how to make some pins, and one of Liz Matthews' classes to be able to finish like a stitch into one of the tree things, which I'll go over with you after I've taken the class and show you all the stuff. So anyway, so we've got a hashtag So Fancy B-Day Sal and Jingle Ball. All right, those were the 2 main things that I just don't want you to miss out on by not watching the whole video. All right, let's kind of like take it back down to normal here, and let's talk about FFOs. All right, kind of get back in my regular jam here. Forgive me, it's been a hot minute since I did a regular FlossTube because basically I did retreat recaps in October. So it's been September since I had like a regular average everyday FlossTube. So, all right, FFOs. Let's see, what do we have here that I want to go over first? So when I went to, well, so last April, I sent some things off to Keepsakes. That is a LNS up in Sharonville, Ohio, right outside of Cincinnati. They are the shop that hosts the StitchCon retreat. So I sent some things up to Keepsakes last April, and then when I went up for StitchCon, I started and finished a few things at the retreat and I left them, so I was able to get those back a few weeks ago, and I'm very excited to share them with everybody. So let me just show you the FFOs. There's something else. Oh yeah, okay, I'll get to that in a minute. All right, so this FFO here, this is the Gobble Couple by RETM. This is Patrick and Molly O'Gobble. I had them asked them to finish her into a flat fold, so there we are. I think what I'm gonna do is I would like to find like some shamrock charms to kind of hang off here to give it a little extra bling. I love that. I don't have a whole lot of St. Patrick's Day decor, so this is gonna be perfect. Perfect, perfect. Aren't they cute? Like I said, this is Patrick and Molly O'Gobble by RETM. I stitched this on a, I don't remember if it's 28 or 32 count. I want to say Rusty Nail, but I don't think that's right. I think it's like Rusty Mountain or something like that. It's Ginger Designs, and it's called for DMC. Aren't they cute? Love them. That was fun. That was kind of an older whip. Hashtag Gobble Couple Sal. That's taking it way back. Another one that I did that was an older whip as well that I finished was this little ornament. This was the middle piece of the Christmas Carol Stitch Along hosted by the Stitching Book Club. That's Kristen by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. What Kristen does is she'll pick a work of literature and she designs a pattern around it and kind of, you know, gives you some structure, and you do a little stitch along. And I listened to Christmas Carol and stitched Christmas Carol. But after I didn't want to stitch the whole pattern. There was more around this. There's like a little more design and some writing that says Christmas Carol, but I really like this design. I thought it was really pretty, and I don't know if you can see my little French knots there for the berries. They're super sweet. So I stopped here and asked them to make it into an ornament for the tree for me. So isn't that nice? I like it. Yeah. Another ornament. A lot of ornaments, y'all. I love this one. Oh gosh, who did this one? Maybe it's Heart and Hand. Oh by gosh, by golly. You know, I love this because you can sing this. So this is another one. I stitched this with all the called for. It looks like it's DMC. I don't remember the fabric. It's been so long since I stitched it. I think that's Heart and Hand. I'll put it down here just to, I'll investigate when I wrap up here. But I love how this one turned out. I love that ornament. That's super cute. And then last year for Christmas, I made I like to make my kids ornaments every year. Now that I'm cross stitching, I used to just buy them an ornament. Now I'm making them. So I made this one for my daughter's family. It was the 2022, I guess, Prairie Schooler with the 3 penguins, and there's 3 of them. So mom, dad, and baby with Santa Claus. I put their last name up here in the year. I changed that neon-y looking whatever, and I put some beads on there, like jingle bells. I thought that was pretty. And they made it into a pretty ornament. Well, that's nice. It's kind of, they use like a, this is a little bit different, like a little bit of a, like kind of a coarse like yarn for the ornament. The color is perfect. Perfect. I stitched this on, this is stitched on 37 count. I can't remember the name of the color of the fabric, but I know it was by Access Commodities. Yeah, isn't that cute? That little baby penguin. Yeah, I like this much better since I swapped out the little neon, whatever that was. All right, and then I made my grandson a first Christmas ornament last year. I stitched it, and then I had to send it off to be FFO'd because I didn't FFO it. Now, I will say, I've gotten these back now, and I have been doing some finishing lately, and I think unless I'm just up that way, I'm gonna start trying to do a lot more on my own. I have FFO'd several things. I have FFO'd ornaments before. I am ending up with a lot of materials. I've been kind of obtaining fabrics and boards and trims, and so I'm feeling like in a little bit of a better place about that. So I might do a lot more on my own here on out, but we'll see. But yeah, isn't that cute? This is a Lizzie Kate pattern. I stitched this, I just pulled like a green and a red, and I love this fabric. This is a fabric flare fabric. It's called Peppermint Stripe. I have a few pieces of it. I've used it for a couple things, and I didn't see it on their website last time I looked, which was kind of a bummer because I like it for Christmas stuff. I think it's really cute. So that turned out cute, and they went and picked out their Christmas tree tonight, so I'm gonna be happy to pass those right back over to them. And then I made while I was at StitchCon, I wanted to see how many things I could start and finish. And so this is one that I started and finished while I was there. This is another ornament. This is my grandson's ornament for this year. He loves Dory. Finding Dory has been his favorite movie, and he just adores it. So this was like a little, the pattern was like from Disney, and it was like a free pattern back during COVID. And then I don't think it said, I don't remember if I just like found an alphabet and wrote "Just Keep Swimming." I know I did that for his name, and then there were bubbles, but I just kind of put bubbles everywhere. And so this is just kind of a thrown together by me sort of ornament. It wasn't like made like this, like an ornament. So yeah, but it turned out cute, didn't it? I think I might try to find, you know, like a little, I don't know. I think I want to find like a charm, like kind of like for the clovers, like this one. Like, I don't know if I want to find like a seashell or, ooh, there's an octopus in the movie. If I could find like an octopus charm or something, that would be really cute. The octopus named Hank. That's probably, my grandson loves Dory, but he also loves Hank. So I might do that. And then last but not least, this was fun. I purchased this kit from Keepsakes because y'all know I love a winter stitch. Winter stitches are my favorite. So I purchased this last year, Winter Whites by Summer House Stitchworks. And I purchased the whole, like, it came with a finishing kit that I could purchase too. So I purchased like the little wool and the chenille and the charm. And I had it with me, and I took it up there for StitchCon, and I started and finished this whole little drum while I was at StitchCon and left it. And then Susan made it into a drum using the materials that I left. Isn't that nice? So yeah, I think it turned out really cute, and I'm excited to put that out for the winter because I love to decorate for winter. When I take the Christmas down, the winter goes up at my house, and so I like to decorate with, my daughter makes fun of me, but I like to decorate with like, you know, little icy branches and stitchy stuff and little birds and anything that's cold and snowy and wintry. I do decorate, and I do leave that up. It's winter here till like March. So like in February, I start bringing in adding a little Valentine's, and then that goes, and I add some St. Patrick's Day. But you know, it's winter here till March, definitely. So I love it. Very cute. So I'm excited about that. Those were my FFOs, except not really. I've got one more, and it's one that I did, and I'm excited about it. And I took a little video because I left it up at my mom's. It was a gift to my mom and my stepdad. So it was one of my oldest whips. It was Elf Biscornu by Tiny Modernist. And I started stitching it, feels like a million years ago, y'all, but I stitched it on like 14 count white Aida using called for DMC. And it just took me forever to finish it. I don't really know why. But yeah, and then I FFO'd it the other night before we went out of town. I learned some things FFOing it. Like I didn't realize when I was stitching the border, that like just a little lines, like back stitches around to make the square of the Biscornu. I didn't realize that was what I was gonna use that was my seam. I just didn't think about it. So that was my seam to put it together. And so the next Biscornu I'm gonna make, which I'm making one very soon, is I'm going to make sure I go through every single hole very neatly, because sometimes I skipped one or didn't go in through very neat, and so it did affect the way my Biscornu pulled together. It still looks nice, but like perfectionist wise, you know, like being critical or learning or constructive criticism, I need to do a better job on that so things will match up better. But yeah, it turned out great, super cute. So I'm gonna pop a video in here just of me going over the process and showing it to you all before I left it at my mom's. Hey FlossTube, this is Sarah from Memphis.Sarah.E. I just wanted to do a quick video of my first Biscornu FFO. This is a pattern by the Tiny Modernist. I think it's just called Elf. And the Tiny Modernist has a fabulous online tutorial to finish these little cuties. It was not difficult to stitch. I think it's on, this is one of my oldest whips. It's on like a 14 count Aida. We've got a front, a back. Just use a call for DMC. I ordered some little buttons off Etsy, peppermint buttons, and this super cute little stick pin. I will link that information below. Oh, what is the name of it? I just can't remember it right this second, but I'll link it in the description box below. Anyway, I made this for my mom and stepdad. My stepdad particularly loves the movie Elf, and I made him this one several years ago when I first started cross stitching. So here's his little companion piece. We're going to be leaving this morning, and I just wanted to stick it out here and surprise them. But yeah, go for a Biscornu. It was super easy, just some of that polyfiber fill stuffing, follow the directions. I'm going to make another one in the near future, and I'll be showing you that soon. But yeah, I did learn a few things when I stitched this originally. I was not super careful about my seams as far as like 1, 2, sorry about the clock, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I kind of like skipped some, and I didn't realize that when you make these little seam stitches, that is what you use to draw together. So I've got a little bit of puckering in a few places that I don't love, but you know, it's made with love, good intentions, Christmas cheer, all of the good things. So hey, it turned out pretty cute and fun. And anyway, I just wanted to share it with you all. One of my very oldest whips FFO'd finally. I gotta put that in a better place, but yeah. There we are. That is Elf Biscornu by Tiny Modernist. You can do this too, no problem. Okay, so yeah, I think that turned out really great, and that was fun and easy. And I'm actually, the next Biscornu that I'm gonna do, it was such a rewarding finish that I am gonna do that for a swap that I'm involved in through Thread the Needle Stitchery. That used to be Stacy's Creative Stitches, doing a winter swap. So it's gonna be a Biscornu. It's gonna be cute. I can't wait to show y'all, but I can't show you right now. Anyway, okay, so those were my FFOs. My FOs, very, very puny FOs, okay? I'm just gonna show you what I got here. My first FO is Night Owl. Oh, sorry, if you don't know, FO is just finished objects. So this is fully stitched. This is Night Owl by Satsuma Street. It was a kit. I think it is so cute. I started this when I went to Galleria in September. And really, once I got busy, it didn't take very long at all to get finished. I love the colors on this thing. Is that not just like the cutest? Yes. And these little sequins and the beads. And actually, Jody Rice of Satsuma Street, she is one of the free classes at the Jingle Ball where she's going to teach us how to make these into an ornament. So I haven't FFO'd it yet because I knew that free class was coming up. So I hope to be able to attend that and FFO my Night Owl. So cute. These kits, I I hope to have a little Halloween tree one day. I don't have enough ornaments just yet, but I hope to have enough to have a little Halloween tree one day. And they have adorable, she has adorable Christmas ones too that I want to get busy on. So there's that. And then my other FO was a gift from the Stitch New England retreat. It is a pattern by Miss Helen D. It is this, and it says Wicked Awesome Stitching. And what you do is they gave us the fabric, floss, a needle, a scissor fob, backing fabric, regular fabric, and Helen made a tutorial on how to FFO this, which I'm going to do maybe this weekend. Anyway, it's amazing. So I just want to start off by saying that they gave us some fabric, and it's a 14 count, and okay, it's 14 count Aida, right? But it's like not just any Aida, it's like Atomic Ranch Freeze. So they give us like fancy, nice Aida, which, wow. And then they give us some Color and Cotton navy floss and some DMC, and I'm like, that's pretty nice, y'all. Thank you. It did come with, let's see, where's that little, came with this cute little felt button that the needle was in. Let me show you. Like, it came, like, see, somebody even like drew on there to make it a button. So cute. And then Tracy of OG Stitchery, she made these scissor fobs with the buttons on them. What? And we got this fantastic corner gauge that we're going to be able to put in there. And backing fabric. Yeah, so I'm super excited to try to make this work. I watched a tutorial once. Helen does great tutorials. She does great finishing. I'm just a super novice beginner with my sewing machine. So that's the only hold up on that, is me, you know, dragging that beast out and trying to make sure everything works okay with that. So those were my two finishes. As much as I've been stitching, I have not been getting a lot of finishes in. I'm okay with that. I mean, I had really lofty goals this year with the, oh gosh, I had to tell y'all. So Whip Warriors, you know, I've been doing Whip Warriors. If you've watched me before, you know, I've been part of the Facebook group Whip Warriors, where basically, long story short, I finished something, I can start something, right? Because I wanted to finish like 40 things this year to help Julie celebrate her birthday. Julie, Kansas City girl in the Colorado world. She's doing a lot better on her finishes than I am. But, and I'll give you my stats by the end of the year when I do a whip parade. I'll have all the stats and all the pictures, and I'll show you all the things I have and have not worked on. But Whip Warriors Facebook group is now open, okay? It closes January 1st. So if you want to join the Whip Warriors Facebook group, it's wide open right now. Just go on to Facebook, type in Whip Warriors. It's open. There have been some major changes this year. A lot of the moderators are not going to be there next year, and they've changed, like they're not doing the grading that they were doing before, and all the albums and approvals. You can still have albums. They changed. There was like multiple different pathways you could choose last year, and they've just kind of streamlined everything, and the pathways are basically like no new starts, 24 projects in 24, or stitch what you want when you want, with the basic idea being like, don't start all of the things, just, you know, try to work on your whips, I guess. So I'm gonna do the stitch what you want when you want. This is kind of getting into plans. I'm thinking that's what I'm thinking, but I have like maybe more structure just personally on my end of it. I'll get there in a little bit. There's a whole bunch of processes going on that I'm trying to figure out. So anyway, just wanted to tell y'all, Whip Warriors group now open if you're interested. Okay, whips. So in October, I could not go to a sweat weather retreat, right? And so I was really kind of sick, like before the retreat actually happened. And so by the time all my friends were having a great time on the weekend and I was sitting at home having a pity party, I was feeling better. And so I did something. I started a hashtag Stitch Your Spooky Stuff, mainly because I was thinking of all of my super fun friends in Philly, and a lot of them are big Halloween people and Halloween fans. And so I was like, I'm gonna stitch on my spooky stuff. So I made myself a challenge, because I knew I was, you know, I was quarantined, I was stuck at home. So I made myself a challenge that I was gonna stitch on every single one of my Halloween pieces, at least 200 stitches on each piece by midnight Halloween. I succeeded. if you go to my Instagram, I actually made a highlight that shows all of my pieces that I stitched on. I will show them more near the end of my whips, but that's what I wrapped up October with, okay? I just wanted to say that because I want to get, I know that sounded backwards, but I want to get through my November stuff first, okay? So November I was excited about because my friend Lisa of Cross by Floss started a thing called #NoraNovember. Nora meaning Nora Corbett. And Lisa has her own thing that she does. She does this great like vlog style thing, and she starts new Noras and she does this and that. But basically, you know, like she said, there's no rules as far as that's what she's going to do, but you make it what do you want to do with it? Do you want to stitch Nora Corbett's, or do you want to stitch Mirabilia's because Nora Corbett design Mirabilia's, or do you want to work on your whips, or do you want to have all new starts, or whatever you want? So what I decided I was going to do is I was going to work on 2 Noras in November. The first one was going to be, because I don't really actually have that. I only had one Nora Corbett, like Nora Corbett design, which was Queen Anne's Lace. That was one whip that I had going. And then the other one that I wanted to start was Junebug. I bought and kitted up Junebug at Stitch New England, just kind of like a nod to my friend Pam of Stitch New England, because she inspired me to stitch her. She stitched her during our Fancy Folk Zooms. And also my friend Maggie Kitschy Whips, she stitched a beautiful version of Junebug too. So I've wanted to stitch Junebug. So let me dig out, this is not the order I was going to do this in. Let me dig out those 2 ladies and I will show you all what I have been up to with them, since now I've talked about them for an hour. Oh boy, I'm going to be dropping stuff everywhere. All right, so my new start that I was talking about was Junebug. And basically I decided like the first 2 weeks I was going to work on Queen Anne's Lace, and the second 2 weeks I was going to put some time into Junebug. I didn't get as much time into Junebug as I wanted to, but I did get her started. Isn't she really cute? Like, that doesn't really do her justice, y'all, but she is a little doll, right? So I started her on a piece of, I think it's 28 count Monaco, hand-dyed by my friend Amy, Fiber Arts Amy. This is coming off a very yellow green. And when I tell you it's like a spring green watermelon grass, like green. So it's not really showing very true. This Amy, my friend Fiber Arts Amy, is now hand dyeing fabric called Oak Crown Studios. I have some of her fabric. It's gorgeous. Go check it out online. She actually has a sale, but I think it ends today. But there's where I started, right? And I want to show you. I know this is a very dramatic color, but it's going to be so good. See how pretty? And I wish you could see this really deep purple. Oh, it's just gorgeous up against it. Yeah. So that's where I got on Junebug. She's very fun to stitch. She's living in this super cute watermelon bag by GaRon Tote Bags because why not? It's perfect for June. And she really doesn't have very many, she doesn't have a whole lot of bling. She's got a cryonic and a few beads, and it looks like just one treasure. Very manageable, which Noras are a little bit more, in general, are a little bit more low-key than a Mirabilia. They are probably quite often smaller, so lower stitch count and less bling bling, less beads, less treasures, less cryonic, less silks, all of the things. They're just kind of like pretty minis, you know, like a taste of all the pretty, but just a little bit, not quite Big Bang Mirabilia. So the other Nora that I stitched on for Nora November, which was so fun, and I'm sorry I keep going out of frame, but I'm having to kind of bend over here. I'm not got the best setup going on here tonight, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's see. I love this one. This one is one I started with Maggie and Amy last year for my #SoFancy B-Day Sal. This is Queen Anne's Lace. Isn't she pretty? Let's see. Copyright 2019. She's one of the Poison Pixies. And I mean, I liked her on this picture, but when I started stitching her, y'all, I really like her. Look how sassy she is. Oh my goodness. So the last time you saw her, I kind of just had a little bit done down here in her skirt. So I worked some more on her skirt, up, all of her head and skin. and her headdress up there. I love the color of her hair. I just like how it's got the dark brown, the light brown. I just feel like, look at that. She's a little sass. I'm stitching her on, I don't remember this, I think this is 32 count raw opalescent. And you might be getting a little bit of the shimmer and shine right there. She has some really, really pretty fibers. She's got kind of a little bit more than the average bear when it comes to Nora. So we've got pretty DMC. A lot of bright colors. She does have a, she has 2 water lilies, that pretty lemon lime one. And this one is, oh, I don't know, some sort of a berry. It's in French. Sarah butchers French. Okay, but the thing about her, she does actually have a lot of beads and some Krynic. So there's some little green in there too. I'm excited about her. She's going to be really pretty. In fact, I might have to finish her next month. But she's really pretty. Really, really pretty. So that was my Nora November. If you're interested in seeing more Nora November information, you could head on over to my friend Lisa. That's Crossed by Floss. She has a fabulous FlossTube and an Instagram with all of the Nora November information on it there. Sorry, I'm sort of trying to pack up as we go. I don't normally do that, but I don't know. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm super excited about. So I've had a really fun last couple months. I've gotten to Zoom a lot. I've gotten to talk a lot with people that I met at Stitch New England. And it's been really, really fun. So one of those people is Tara. She's the 805 Stitcher. Tara has an Etsy shop where she makes really super cute bags. And I was lucky to get to meet her at Stitch New England this year. And somehow Tara and I and Zan, we were talking, we're doing the Liz Matthews class together. And Tara was like, hey, you know, you think you want to finish Sir Thomas next year? I'm like, I totally want to finish Sir Thomas next year. So the Sir Thomas I'm talking about is the Sir Thomas of Glendon Place. I started him, gosh, a while ago, and I've had a sale going on, and his sale is hashtag Sir Thomas of Glendon Place. Do I say sale afterwards? I'll put the information down here. This is that big turkey I'm talking about. You know, I'm stitching him with my friend Justine of X's and Hoes, and Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitive. Well, we've recruited some new friends. But basically, Tara and I were like, we want to finish Sir Thomas. We have different motives. I would just want to finish him, and she has another one she wants to start. So I said, okay, I don't know if any of you all, I'm sure some of you all watch EJ from the Sunshine Stitchers. And what EJ is, she's got a stitch along going, and it's like, Bake Me a Quaker Sal. And it's a Rosewood Manor, and she like chopped it up into all these different pieces. So every month, you do this section, this section, this section. I'm like, you know, I should do that for Thomas. I should chop up Thomas into little bite-sized pieces and be like, every month, finish, blah, 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 blah. So I chopped him up. And I'll post a picture of my chop up right here. It's not exact, okay? So like I tried to do like this chart is divided into like 9 pieces. 6 pieces. I can't remember how many sections it's divided into. 6 sections. So I went by that. And then I kind of went like where I was started. And I was like, okay, we're going to do this area. Then we're going to do corn this month and this. And so basically the idea was we should be able to have Thomas fully stitched with a month for beading by next November. We started last month. And we even have kind of like a month, like a catch-up month in case things don't go that well. And so now we have a whole little group of us that are working on Sir Thomas, Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitives, and Justine from X's and Hoes, and Claire from Floss Chronicles, and Sarah from Instagram. She's Big Red Human Crafter, and Tara and I. If I'm missing somebody, I'm sorry. But we've been chitty-chatting back and forth. Well, see, Sarah just started him. Anyway, I love it. It's fun. It's fun. So we're going to get him finished. And this is a thing. If you would like to join us, please join us. I'll be happy to share that little cut up with you. I don't have an iPad pen thing, so mine is kind of junky. So some of my friends redrew it and renumbered it and did it to the way they wanted to do it, which is fine. That's like the whole idea, right? Like I did a middle start. Not everybody did a middle start. Somebody's here, you know? And so do them in the way that works for you. And you don't have to do it perfect on my lines. Like even I was like, okay, I'm doing like this section this month and this, you know what I mean? You just go with the flow. But the idea is get each bite-sized piece done, right, every month, and then he'll be done by the end of the year. And so if you want to do them in a different order, if you wanted to chop them up in a different way, feel free. This is just how I did him. So here we are. Here is Sir Thomas. This is where I am right now. I have him on a wonderful roller frame, which I really enjoy using. And actually, I got these roller frame covers. Melissa from Shiba Designs made them. And they're great. They help keep the yuck off. But anyway, so I'm stitching him on the called for fabric, which I think is a 28 count China Moon Joblin. Okay. And from the last time you saw him, because I worked on him at Stitch New England, I finished like this whole area right here. Like, I mean, I already had some of this, but I finished out that swoop of feathers, right? And that's where I'm going to stop. And that's for my this month. And isn't it pretty? I don't know if you can see how sparkly it is, but that's like Petite Silk Lame, that treasure braid. And it is just so nice, y'all. So nice. I love it. The fibers on this thing are out of this world with the Rainbow Gallery stuff. It's just fantastic. There are beads. He's going to be wonderful. So anyway, if you'd like to join us, we would love to have you. Hashtag Sir Thomas of Glendon Place Sal. If you have Sir Thomas and you've been working on him and you're stuck and you want to chop him up into all the pieces and finish one every month with us, come on, let's get him done. He's going to be gorgeous. I'm ready to have him framed and hanging on my wall for next Thanksgiving. Maybe, if I can get him in and framed fast enough. But yeah, there he is. So I feel good about this. I feel like, hey, every month I can do a little part, and yeah, so stand by. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for Sir Thomas progress because it is coming and I'm excited about it. All right, let's see. You know, just bear with me, y'all. Sorry. Oh, shoot. What's next? That did not break. Okay. Another new start. I have plenty of new starts this past month. This one, okay, has anybody read The Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros? There's a book that came out last year sometime, The Fourth Wing. It's about dragons. The new one just came out a couple weeks, well, last month. And so to celebrate the release of the second book in the Fourth Wing series called Iron Flame, I started I had a new start that I've been holding on to for a long time, and I love this chart. It's called the Antique Celtic Sampler by Elizabeth Needlework Designs. I think it's gorgeous. I've had it for a very long time. I love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, so I'm stitching this on a beautiful piece of fabric called Old Lawn by Manny Dodonna, and I'm using all the called for fancy floss, and that is my start. It is a very fun stitch. It's actually not as big as I thought it was going to be. I love it. It's gorgeous. And very excitingly enough, my sister-in-law made dragon project bags. Look how fabulous. This is Rivertown Designs US. She does have one more dragon project bag on her website, on her Etsy shop right now. It's of a red dragon. She has a few more that she hasn't stitched up yet. And then I think I showed you all before another red one that she had made. But yeah, I love this project bag. I love this project bag. And where's my needle minder at? Oh, and then I have this fabulous needle minder by the Stitching Gnome. Yep. I got all the accessories for this one, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? The Stitching Gnome is on Etsy as well. Yes, I love it. So this was a super fun start, and except it's Christmas, so it's not going to happen this month, but I really do want to get back to this one because I love this one. It's so nice. Super nice. All right, another new start. Let's see, what do I have here? Oh, yes. So I first discovered this chart when I was talking to Amy, the Gable Stitcher, up at the Stitch New England retreat. It's called The Birdman Cometh by Little Robin Designs. Isn't it just the wildest, funkiest brightest little sampler. I just love it. So Amy was going to be starting this with some friends at the Stitch Inn up in New Hampshire, and turns out also Michelle Cozy Egg started it as well. We do have a hashtag #BirdmanSal. It's so great. It's the colors are amazing. I barely have a dot done on it, y'all, but I'm using the called for fabric and floss. Oh yes, isn't that just I know you're like, it's a line, you have a line done. I know, but it's 40 count, so it's more stitching than you think, and it is a really pretty color. It's a very pretty purple on this red, and yeah, the palette is really it's really nice. I hate to drag all this out and just show you all, but it really is pretty. Like, it's just very bright and exciting colors, deep jewel tones up against this. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. And actually, I was messaging with them today, just kind of touching base to see if they have been working on them at all. And Michelle has gotten more, I think she has most progress out of all of us, out of the people that I know that are doing it anyway. I don't know everybody that's doing it. So, but yeah, but I want to get back to it. It was a great new start. I had another new start. I know I went like all year without like that many new starts, and then I just like blew it out of the water in November. So this one is a chart that I have borrowed, that my goal is to have this done by June during StitchCon, and this is Mirabilia's Touching the Autumn Sky. This is an out of print chart. It is hard to get your hands on. I am very grateful that someone loaned this beauty to me, and so I want to get her done. See, this is copyright 1997. She was MD number 33. Isn't she really sweet? So I am stitching her on a piece of, I don't remember if it's 32 or 28 count Snowdrifts. It's fabric by Stephanie. Let's see, is this the right direction? Look, I don't even know which way that's supposed to be going. Isn't that a shame? What side's up, people? I think it goes like this. Anyway, that's where that's my start. I've got a long ways to go, and it's one of those that I'm going to be focusing on a lot this coming year. I've got a bunch of priorities, stitches that I'm going to prioritize, and this is going to be one of them. She is not huge, so that's a blessing. Let's see what's her size. So she is 180 by 170, so she's not like a Gigantor Mira, so she's completely doable. And she actually only has one bead and no metallic threads. So yeah, that's why she's on the Q-Snap. She needs to get worked on all the time. Okay. All right. I did not have any more new starts. Yeah, I have some new starts coming that I'll be telling you about that are going to be going on in the next week or so, but let's talk about some whips. I did get some Zooms in. So this was one Zoom. I got to Zoom with Lisa. I'm stitching this one. This is the Forest Goddess by Mirabilia. Yeah, I'm loving her. I'm stitching her with Lisa of Cross by Floss and Amy of Fiber Arts Amy. Amy was unable to join us that night, but Lisa and I, we stitched really late. But here's my Forest Goddess. Isn't she so pretty? I'm stitching her on a piece of 32 count Cecil by Seraphim Fabrics. I love her. When I was stitching that cloak and I was doing all of those like dips in the, I was kind of like, oh my goodness, but wow, now that I've got her really going, that looks great. She's fun to stitch. I got a lot of this. I only had a little bit of pink done when I started with Lisa the other night, and I got like all the way down here done. So feeling good about this one. Love her. I kind of thought I was really cooking on her earlier, like in the fall, and I kind of thought she might be a 2023 finish, but yeah, we're gonna aim for 2024. But I love her. She's beautiful. And I had a great time. But she's hashtag Forest Goddess with friends, I think. All right, another one. Now this one is another stitch along. I started a hashtag the Autumn Garden Sal. I do have some nice people on Instagram and my local friend Amanda here that are stitching on this with me. Where did my chart go? This is the drawn thread. This is my first drawn thread piece. I really am enjoying it. I did buy the silk pack from the drawn thread, which is really nice. And it came all kitted up with all these, just exactly what you need silk wise. Very nice. I'm stitching this on also the called for linen. It's 32 count dirty. And this is where I am. So I think from the last time you all saw this, I actually did the tree and pumpkin. I don't think you saw the tree last time. Aren't those leaves great? That is all one color. It is a thread gatherer, and it's something auburn, frosted auburn. Doesn't that look just like leaves? Really, look. Isn't that gorgeous? The silks are just like chef's kiss on this one, y'all. Chef's kiss. I'm really, really enjoying it. I am a very seasonal stitcher though, like admittedly. Like the second I was done with Thanksgiving, I was like, okay, it doesn't mean that I won't. I mean, I might stitch autumn things early, like in August, but like the thought of working on a Thanksgiving thing now just makes me go like, no, absolutely not. So I am really seasonal. So that kind of ties into what I'm thinking about for next year. Like, I really want to have a good plan, and I want to pull out my whips, and I want to see what, I want to kind of divide everything up by season, because like I said, that's kind of my jam. Like, so I have an idea what I'm planning. Like, okay, I could tolerably stitch Halloween comfortably in September. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to save it to October, but I'm not stitching it in December. Do you know what I mean? So I really want to sit down and be like realistic with myself and make some good plans like that, because I also want to try to touch all of my whips next year, and because I just didn't this year. Like, I'm not even sure. I bet I have like 30 something whips I haven't even stitched on this year, and I don't want to UFO them all. I am going to get real serious about UFOing some stuff here in the next little bit, and just really go through and be really honest with myself and get rid of some stuff that I know I'm not going to stitch, but it's not going to be 30 things, I promise. Another one that I put a few stitches into just randomly one day is, and this is an old whip. It's Autumn Dream by Cottage Garden Samplings. I love this one. This is my hashtag Stitch Asia piece. The designer is Vinnie Tan, and she is from Malaysia. Isn't this beautiful? And so I put a few stitches into this one, and we're friends again. I didn't love this one originally because I started stitching this one very early, early-ish, and it's a 36 count fabric, and it's kind of an older loosey-goosey fabric, and it's one thread, and I didn't really have the hang of one thread and how to start that and all of the things, and it was kind of frustrating to me. But this last time when I picked it up, I was really enjoying it because I'm used to all of those things I just mentioned now. And so, yeah, they're pretty. I just kind of finished some more down here. I think that's what I worked on. Not a ton. It was really just one evening, but I just was like, I had pulled kind of my autumn stuff out so I could see what I was dealing with and if I had time to work on one. And I just kind of did it one evening on the fly, and I really enjoyed it. So I need to get back to that. Probably one of the autumn things that I worked on the most in November is this one by Lindy Stitches, Autumn Strolls. I adore this pattern. It is so good. It's one of my favorites. And my goal for this November was to finish this pheasant. This pheasant, he is a lot of counting with all of those little, feathers and all of such things like that. And plus he's right in the middle of the pattern, and I didn't have access to a copy machine to make a working copy. So I was kind of, so my copy's kind of banged up now, but I was kind of like doing half and half, and it was a lot, but here we are. Doesn't this look great? So I'm stitching this on a 36 count piece of Nantucket Eve by Seraphim. It is the called for fabric. I did buy like the fabric and the thread pack from Stephanie Lindy Stitches website when I bought it, and it's a mix of DMC and Fancy Floss. So since the last time you've seen it, I put some more in this border up here. I finished some more lettering. I stitched that entire pheasant, and I did the grass right there by the pheasant. I love this. I think next November I should be able to finish this. That's kind of right now what's going on in my brain for the game plan. I love this one. Yeah. And it lives in this super cute GaRon tote bags bag with these gnomes with this pumpkin pie. I love it so much. Y'all know I love my bags. I love that one so much. It is the cutest fabric ever. Okay, what else? And then I also did the terrible task. My only other borrowed chart that I'm working on is Strawberry Garden by Blackbird Designs. And you all know, maybe you know, I had to rip out my strawberry. So I frogged my strawberry. It was not easy because I'm stitching this on a 40 count piece of, I think it's Milk and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. I think that's the name of the fabric. And anyway, I'll pop a picture of the, I don't have the chart. I have it put up. But here I did, after I frogged out the strawberry, I felt sad for this side. So I continued this vine up and I stitched this little flower up here. So I definitely plan to get back to that. This is going to be one of those priority pieces in the beginning of the year, along with my Touching the Autumn Sky, because they are borrowed, like I said. And this one has a similar goal to have this one finished by StitchCon, if not sooner. So it lives in a very, very cute strawberry bag by Tammy, Creative Country Girl. Love Tammy's bags. Very cute. All right, so now we are basically down to all that Halloween stuff. So hashtag stitch your spooky stuff. That's the hashtag. I have some really exciting starts coming up. I'm gonna do these first, and then let's talk about the starts. Okay. Actually, one I was working on today is it's a full moon today, so I do a full moon sal with some friends. Julie, Kansas City Girl in the Colorado World, and Karen of Fox and Rabbit, and Jules of Jules Darling. We do a full moon stitch along, and this is one we're working on right now. It's by the Primitive Needle. It's by the Light of the Moon. I could put a picture up here. Julie and Karen finished theirs last month. Jules and I are just working as we go. Today I was at the doctor. So I added in this and this little bat, this little dot here. That's pretty much all I got done. I am going to stitch on this some more before I go to bed. So that's the game plan. Julie and Karen, they knocked it out last month, but it's really, really cute. I did a conversion, and I'm using I did a conversion to stash, and I'm using some fancy floss, and just, yeah. Cute and fun. And I'm going to put this over here to the side because I'm going to work on that before I go to bed. All right, so hashtag stitch your spooky stuff. It was so fun. I was able to make my goal. I put a minimum of 200 stitches into every single one of my Halloween whips. Some of my sweet friends like Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher, Bernadette Burn Stitches, they joined me and used the hashtag. It was fun. It was fun. So I plan to do that again next Halloween. So just keep, if you just remember, stitch your spooky stuff. We'll be working on it next Halloween. One of the ones I worked on is one of my favorite whips. Like I'm dragging my feet on finishing it. So it's Happy Haunts by Good Morning Maui. So good. Oh gosh, Good Morning Maui is great. So here we are. I'm stitching this on a piece of, I don't remember if it's 14 or 16 count. It is a Nada. It is Graceful Gray. I am gonna say this piece is a lot of fractional stitches, and fractional stitches are a little bit more of a challenge when you're using Aida. So maybe if I was going to start this again, I would have chosen maybe more going with an even weave. But so here we are. This is what I worked on. I missed a few little details on the piano when I had worked on that one time before. So I finished a few details on the piano, and then I stitched this memorial wreath with the raven on it. Yeah, so that's what I got done on my 200 stitches. Isn't that good? I don't have, y'all, I only have the top 2 rows left. So I'm here. Gosh, it's so fun. This one is going to be so fun to have framed. I can't wait. I love this one. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so good. So good. So, worked on that one. And then, oh, this one's fun. I'm going to pop a picture up. This one's called Midnight Magic. It's by Stitchery Emma Condon. I didn't have a ton left done on this one. I'm stitching this one is probably a 16 or 14 count Aida. It is Mystic by Picture This Plus, which is one of my favorite Picture This Plus colors. And I worked a lot on that little witch. I didn't have near as much done, and then up into that letter. So I love this one. My friend Carrie's finished this one. I don't remember Lollipop Stitches. She might have finished this one. I know Carrie finished that one because I feel like she just like started it and was like done with it so fast. But Carrie gets pretty focused on stuff and she can just knock them out pretty good. All right, this one is so cute. It is the Halloween Sampler by Teresa Kogut. Hashtag Halloween Sampler. Sal, maybe. I can't. I'm gonna put it down here, y'all. I'm sorry. I started this like Bobby Pumpkin Creek Primitives. She started this. Remember who else, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank, but a bunch of us were going to start this, and our people already are working on this. I might have just hopped on the probably just hopped on the hashtag that was already there. I'm out of practice, I know, I'm sorry. But I love this chart. It is so cute. I actually bought the Vicky Clayton silk conversion pack from GaRon Stitchery. The silks are gorgeous. If you go, I'll post a picture up here so you can see the silks better. I'm stitching this on a piece of 40 count Swamp Monster by Laura's Fabrics. And I just really got started. I mean, like I said, it's 40 count. So that's just the O in the bottom of the next one, but aren't those pretty colors? Yes, I love it. I love it. So Laura is RATM's daughter. So if you're looking for any of her fabrics, which are just so nice, you can probably, I guess you would find them on the Riverview Stitching. That's their LNS website. Yeah, I love this piece of Swamp Monster. Great. All right, another one that I put some stitches into that I was excited about is Praiseworthy Stitches Blue Moon Manor. This is another oldie, old whip of mine. I love that moon. How adorable is it? Yes, I'm stitching this on the called for fabric. It is a 32 count Cauldron by Picture This Plus. Gosh, I can't remember what I did on this. I'm not gonna lie. I think I did something over here. I might have added that girl. I can't remember what I had last time. Shame on me. But I don't remember. But I put 200 stitches in. This chart is like, there's a lot of floss. There's blending filament. There's glow in the dark stuff. There's buttons. This is a big one. But yeah, so cute. And so fun. That's the thing. I have so many really cute Halloween whips. And one of the things I was thinking about was like, okay, I'm going to put 200 stitches in everybody. And I'm just going to see. Like, I'm going to see. Do I still like these? Do I still want to keep them as a whip? Do I want to switch out? I didn't end up finding anything I wanted to get rid of, y'all. So, surprise, surprise. All right, this one is cute. It's Halloween Ball by Cooler Classic Charts. This is a restart for me because I thought that it was getting lost on the fabric that I originally chosen. So I put 200 stitches in on it, and it is a 32 count Spellbound by Under the Sea Fabrics. That's where I am. And those colors are showing really well on that. I really like that. So I think that's going to be the ticket for this one. No problem with that at all. It was in a cute bag too. Look at that bag. That's one of the So Much to Love bags. I used to be in their bag of the month. Very cute. Oh, I love this one. This one's one of my favorites. This is May the Spirits by the Snowflower Diaries. So I'm stitching this with the called for fabric and floss. And it's all XU Designs. The floss is XU Designs and the fabric. The fabric is 40 count gold sand. And I had bought everything on the GaRon Stitchery website when it came out for sale. Isn't it beautiful? I love it so much. So this, let's see, what did I get done? I think I did like all across here. I definitely did the owl. I might have done one of these things. I did a lot of work from here over this year. I think it's beautiful. It's so delicate. I am going to change what it says. I was talking to Julie about it, and it says, the chart says, may the only spirits that invade your home at Halloween be the happy spirits of friends. feel like invade is a little bit like very aggressive, and I think probably that might be, I mean, spirits invading your home, right? That seems kind of scary. I don't want to say aggressive. But I think I'm going to change it to may the only spirits that visit your home at Halloween. Yeah, just to kind of, anyway, maybe not be so scary. I love this. I love that. Yep. So good. So I need to chart that because I'll be running into that when I work on it the next time next year. Isn't that cat so good? That cat is so good. I love this one. That is one of my faves. It is so pretty and fun to stitch on. All right, this one. This is one I'm stitching with my friend Colleen, Rebel Stitcher Designs. And so she had been working on it, and I kind of got a bee in my bonnet about it because I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to Sweater Weather, and I want to bring this. And working it with Colleen. This is our hashtag Spooky House Sal. It is Spooky Halloween. It's charted by Doreen Jones, and it is exclusively available from Lakeside Needlecrafts. And that's where I am. And y'all, that's a lot from the last time you would have seen it because I think I only had like this owl done and this little part here, and I did like all of that. Now, granted, I did a lot. These are a lot of tent stitches that I need to do full crosses and go back on, but I was working on it at work in between patients or when we were slow, and so I was just trying to get the counting out of the way. I need to go back and cross those, but isn't that looking so good? This fabric is it's Witch's Brew, and it's by Mystic Fabrics, and I don't know if it is I think it might be an 18 count Aida, actually. I don't think it's a 20, I think it's an 18, but isn't that great? And I have like a ton of fabric left because I didn't realize this chart is like, it'll come down here, but that's as tall as the chart is, so I love this one. So good. I did change a few of the colors. I did a little conversion. So for the black, I'm using that Anchor Black on a spool. I know a lot of people aren't fans. I don't dislike it, but I don't think I would just purposefully seek it out. And then the green, I changed it to Gentle Art Spring Grass, and the yellow, Classic Colorworks Sunshine Girl. And then I think, I don't know what the moon color was supposed to be originally, but I chose this really pretty Threadworks color, 1018. So yeah. Oh, that one looks good on the film. It looks good in real life too. It's cute. And another one, this is another one, Things I Know for Certain by M. Kissa Creations. Julie, Kansas City Girl in the Colorado World, she just finished hers. I love this. Practical Magic is one of my very favorite movies. It's also a book. This is the saying from the movie, and it says, always throw spilled salt over your left shoulder, keep rosemary by your garden gate, plant lavender for luck, and fall in love whenever you can. So I have all the writing done. I'm stitching this on a 32 count piece of Melissиus by Under the Sea Fabrics. I am not doing all different colors. I wanted to do this one monochromatic. I'm using a really, really pretty color, Gloriana. It is called Thistle Purple. Isn't that pretty? I have all of the witches at the bottom left to do. And like this, there are a lot of stitches. This is over 200 stitches just in that little umbrella there. So I've got a long ways to go, actually. But it's a nice, fun stitch, and I love it. So I'll be glad whenever I do get that one wrapped up. I just need to put some more time into it for sure. Oh, excuse me. All right. Here we go. My Halloween at Hawkhorn Hollow. Hashtag Halloween at HRHSal. I'm stitching this with my friends Leanne from Leanne Stitches, Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitives, Sammy Liz. And here we are. So I stitched on this the 200 for my hashtag Stitch Your Spooky Stuff. And then I also had a Zoom. Leanne wasn't able to join us, but Bobby and Justine and Sarah and I all got together and worked on it. And here we are. That's where I am. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count Heather by Picture This Plus. So I've got the top, I've got the first 5. If you start from the top, I've got the first 5 blocks done, and I am working in the middle. And so what I worked on in October or during that Zoom was, I'm pretty sure I finished this bat up here. Whoops, hold on a minute. Finished the bat and I did the smoke and that bat, and I started working on that big old cauldron. And I also put some, I think I also crossed some X's across the bottom of the border. But yeah, so I've got about half of that middle block done. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plenty more blocks to go after that. I love this one. It's a beauty. Yeah. So another one of my goals for 2024 is to keep up, facilitate the Zooms. And sometimes that's the only time I work on some of this stuff. So, another one of my spooky stitches is the Stitch Witch by the Tiny Modernist. I put 200 stitches in her, but I screwed up somewhere, so I'm going to have to frog. I'm going to have to see where I got off, but here. See, there wasn't enough room for me to have that space in between the vines, so somewhere in here I got off on something. So I need to go back and frog and fix that, but I did kind of pretty much do this whole inside side of the skirt. I'm stitching this with Jessica Stitches of Sass, and I don't remember what fabric this is, darn. Cute bag though. All right, I put 200 stitches on my Something Wicked This Way Comes by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I love this chart. I like the design element of this chart. I love how it has this middle bridge with the trick-or-treaters on it, and I really like that part. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count Escape by Bestitch Me. Escape. And there we go. So basically I just did that whole little person right there because I only had like a foot and another little piece. So I have a whole person there now. Floating out in that big old piece of fabric all by his lonesome. Alright, and I have this one, my La-Di-Da Witch. Isn't this so cute? I love this one. I'm stitching this one. This is a 30 count Havana, and I'm stitching it with some silk. It's a Floramel. It's antique black. Before last time you saw it, I think I just had like the line across the top done. So I did all this and the cat this time. The cat is actually resting on that skirt. Oh, it's hard to see with that glare, sorry. Wild, huh? Yeah. So, let's see. I know you're like, are you done with your spooky stitches yet? No, I have a lot of Halloween stitches, y'all. This one is the Halloween wreath by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I can post a picture up of it here because it's all digital stuff. It's done, but I am not done. But that's where I am. I'm using the called for DMC and the called for, let's see what the linen is. It's pewter by Picture This Plus. It's 28 count. And so I worked over here. Yeah, I definitely want to finish that. It'll make a cute pillow. The finished product is really cute. I love this one. This next one is, I'll have to pop a picture up here too because it's digital. It's by Mama Witch X Stitch. It's called Dance, Dance, Dance. We started this a couple years ago for Lolly of Lollipop Stitch's birthday. And I got kind of bogged down because I was stitching this hat with all this straw, and it's a lot of color changes, and isn't that wild? I finished the hat, and I can't remember what else I finished, but I know I finished the hat. This is on a piece of 32 count. It's a one of a kind by Forbidden Fiber Co. But yeah, I want to keep doing this one. I can't wait to get to the frog and the lanterns and all the things. Super cute, super cute. And then this one, this is such, I started this a long time ago with Alexis My Amazing World. It's Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. It's one of my earlier ones I started on. I think it's on a piece of 30 count Prim Green by R&R. When I started it, Garden Gate, which is one of the main colors in this border, was like next to impossible to find. So I was doing like a blend with 2 Forbidden Fiber Co colors and like switching back and forth and using the little bit of Garden Gate that I do have. So this one takes a little brain power to remember what I'm doing every time I start it, but I did finish some more down here on the border this time. It's a really pretty chart. It lives in a super cute bag that Lollipop Stitches made. I love it. Creepy pretty, right? Yeah. And last but not least, actually we've zoomed twice on this one. This is hashtag Scary Sampler Sal. I'm gonna have to go back and double check these hashtags. Started by Jamie, Teeny Weeny Stitches, maybe somebody else, I'm so sorry. This is a Scary Sampler by Heartstring Samplery. And I'm stitching this with a group of friends, and Justine and Jackie from X's and Hoes, Fawn, Sanctum Stitching, Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitives. I'm missing somebody. Sorry if I'm missing somebody. So we've zoomed twice now, I think, which is pretty good because we are like busy, right? So here's where I've gotten. Each one of these little Demigorgon heads is like 200 stitches because I'm stitching this on a 40 count piece of Milk Chocolate by XG Designs. I also bought the Vicky Clayton silk conversion pack for this chart from GaRon Stitchery, and I love it. Fawn actually changed the colors of her Demigorgons. They're much more pink. I do like Fawn's Demigorgons better than mine, but I think this is going to work. The other thing I'm doing is I am not a fan of aliens whatsoever, especially the scary green-headed ones. It's a long story, but like you see how they're in the border, like I don't know if you can see it or not, like there. So I'm just not putting them in there, and I don't think it looks bad. Like, maybe if I didn't tell you that they needed a scary alien up there, you wouldn't be looking for one. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's going to be fine because I'm not stitching those on my piece. So that was all of my Halloween. Yeah, my spooky stuff. And so I did not find anything I wanted a UFO. And I put 200 stitches into each one of my spooky stitches. And that was great. That was good. That was good. And I met my goal and had a good time doing it. And it was good to realize that I wanted to keep all of those whips. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about some new starts, some plans. One of my whips, I just wanted to make a mention. I am a little bit behind on FlossTubes. Especially from going out of town and things like that. But I did start watching Cross Stitch the Globe and Licking Floss. Licking Floss is one of the people I met at Queen City Stitch Retreat. Anyway, one of my whips is Fairy Flora by Mirabilia. She recently got retired. They are hosting a Stitchalong called hashtag Fairy Flora Retirement Sale if you want to hop on that one. I'll post a picture of her up here. She's beautiful if you have her. If not, she's out of print now, and you know what happens when things go out of print and everybody tries to get them and they cost astronomical prices. Another thing, so this week I've got a couple big starts coming up. I wanted to share them with you. I'm stitching these with some friends. The first one, which this one just went out of print too, we didn't know, is the Woodland Fairy by Mirabilia. Isn't she gorgeous? I am stitching her with Samantha, the Huga Stitcher, and Amber, Rogue Mama Stitcher. We are having a fun little get together and going to start her this week. We wanted to start a little earlier, but Samantha got sick, and we are so glad she's feeling better and ready to get on her because I'm excited about her. Our hashtag is going to be Woodland Fairy Sal. You're welcome to follow along or join us. I will show you the fabric that I have chosen to stitch her on. It is gorgeous. It is a Fabrics by Stephanie piece. It's called Kaleidoscope. It is a 32 count linen. I think it looks just like a beautiful woodsy scene. I love it. I'm excited about it. Super excited about it. She's going to be living in this gorgeous bag made by my sister-in-law, Rivertown Designs US. Isn't that just perfect for a Woodland Fairy? She has a lot of DMC, y'all, but interesting colors. They all look pretty good against my multicolored fabric. Yeah. And she also has pretty Krynic and beads. Look at all of that. Yeah, I'm excited to get going on her. I'm excited. So, stay tuned for progress on this beauty. Like I said, I'm gonna get started on her this week with Amber and Samantha, and you are welcome to join us. Hashtag Woodland Fairy Sal. Another one. Oh gosh, I don't even have this all kitted up yet. I don't even have fabric for it yet. But so my sweet friends from Table 4 from the Queen City Stitch Retreat, we all are starting a Praiseworthy Stitches Stitchalong called Going to Grandma's. I was able to pick this up for my LNS today. They had to order it for me. And the plan was I wanted to stitch this from stash. So I started this morning trying to pull colors from a list that Amber had shared with me, and actually Billy had shared, my LNS had shared it with me too, from the list of the materials. And I was on the struggle bus. I didn't have many of these fancy flosses, and I wasn't matching up very well with my DMC book, what I did have, and I have like a significant stash of fancy floss, and I'm like, how can I not have that color? Or how can I have like 3 colors? Like, this doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is, y'all. So I went and picked that up from my LNS this afternoon, and then I ended up having to get a bunch of floss, and I'm a little bit surprised at the color palette. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I think Praiseworthy Stitches, I'm like, oh, it's Christmas and bright and cheerful, which it is. Like, that red is really bright and the white, and I guess on a blue fabric, I need to do a floss toss. But I was surprised. I was talking to one of the ladies at the LNS, and this is a lot of floss, okay? Just don't be surprised. If you ever stitch a Praiseworthy Stitches piece, just know there's a lot of floss involved. There's a lot of materials involved. These Praiseworthy Stitches are no joke. Love them, but no joke. Significant amount of floss. So I'm just going to pull all this up here so you can kind of get an idea, and you can get the color palette. And I was just surprised at it. Like, I feel like it's pretty muted, you know? Like, it's not, I don't know what I was expecting, but I think I was just expecting brighter. And I mean, those are all my whites and off-whites and stuff. But then I started looking at the chart, and like, the house is pretty muted. Like, that's kind of like a green roof, a lot of brown, like kind of gingerbready, right? With those red pops of color. One thing that's pretty wild is the beads for this. One of the beads, one is red, which is okay, fine. But look at that. That's like put your eye out yellow. And so I was looking on the chart trying to figure out, like, where in the heck did these bright yellow beads go? And apparently there's like little lights or candle. They're like represent little candles on these poles here on the fence, or I don't know. I'm excited. We are starting this on Friday. Hashtag Table 4 goes to Grandma. And we are going to we're gonna get together and Zoom and have a good time, and I'm excited. We just made such great friends at the Queen City Stitch Retreat, at our table. Just a really fun group, So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see, what else do I have going on coming up? Okay, so plans. I already talked about Whip Warriors. In the next couple weeks, I'm going to be trying to figure out what I'm doing, what I'm going to do for next year. I want to be intentional. I want to touch every whip next year. So I need to sit back and figure out what I didn't stitch on this year and prioritize those. I'm going to make a plan, like a monthly plan. You know what they say about plans, but I'm going to make a monthly plan, and like I try to like slot in stitching time, things seasonally and things that aren't seasonal. Like, I'd love to do the winter stitching, but like kind of the whole front half of the year, it doesn't feel as seasonal to me as the whole back half. So like, I don't feel as weird. Like, I will stitch obviously Christmas in July. I love doing Christmas in July, but I don't feel like I don't feel so weird stitching out of place in the beginning of the year. Like, I don't really want to stitch like a Halloween unless it's like Hawkhorn Hollow or something like that. I probably won't, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. Not like I don't want to stitch Halloween right now during Christmas. It's just a different feel. So I need to kind of sit down and figure out what I really want to work on. I want to figure out a way that I do stitch. I make a goal. I do stitch on every piece in 2024. I don't know how much is too much. I watched Kate, you know, Fickle Stitches, it was last year when she did it. And I can't remember if she did like 1,000 stitches, but she was going to bring hers back down a little bit. Like that was a little bit much per whip. So I don't want to do anything. I think 200 is a little bit too low, but 1,000 is too much. So I need to find my kind of perfect number that I want to try to put in each whip. Also, like Pam from Just Keep Stitching, she's starting like 24 things in 24. I don't think I have 24 things I want to start. I definitely have 24 things I want to finish. I do have 24 things I want to start, but I'm not. But I definitely have 24 things I want to finish. That's going to be one of my goals, is 24 finishes in 2024. But I do think a start a month, an intentional start every month would be appropriate. So I want to sit down and go through what I have kitted, because I was going through what I had. I had a few things kitted and I'm like, I haven't started that yet. I can't believe I don't have that started yet. And it's like full on, fully, you know, I just need DMC, or maybe I just need a fabric or whatever. So I'm like, yeah. So I want to pick like at least 12 things that I really want to have started and start those. So lots of wheels turning here. What else? I was watching Jen and Nancy, the Bougie Stitchers, and they're making their 2024 plans, and they're being very intentional, like with all of their things. And that's kind of where I got this intentional word. It is where I got that word from Jen and Nancy, because I was watching them last night and they were talking about that, and I'm like, that's such a good way to explain like their stitching for the next year. And I like that. So I'm doing that too. I mean, not exactly what they're doing, but you see what I'm saying. Like, I'm wanting to be intentional with, like, I'm going to plan out, these are the things I want to start. These are the things I want to work on. These are the things I want to do X, Y, Z. And so I am going to use my book of days again. I did buy a book of days. And I am going to come back to you in a couple weeks. And I don't know if I'm going to be talking about plans or just going to give you an update. I am going to do an end of the year whip parade. I'm excited about that. I want to sit down and really look at my stats and see what I finished and what I started and what I worked on and what I didn't. And I have great pictures from last year when I had to catalog everything for Whip Warriors, so I can really show you all the progress that I made. So I'm excited about that. I still owe you all a Mirabilia Whip Parade. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that on my little downtime. I am going to be probably not working like between, you know, basically like Christmas and New Year's, or that week of New Year's. So so sometime in there I may have time to film a whip parade. Not a whip parade, a Mirabilia parade. And when I do the Mirabilia parade, it's going to be like my FFOs, any finishes, whips, kitted stuff, and non-kitted, and just charts, and every Mirabilia thing that I have. So that is still, I still know that I still owe that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it except for my haul. I have a lot of haul. I don't know if I'm going to get through it all. But I have a lot because it's been a long time since I've seen you all. And I've been enabled. I do plenty of enabling on my own without any encouragement. So, the other thing, one of the things that I do want to talk about, it is going to be a priority for me in 2024, is to finish my stocking for my grandson. So Ronnie of GaRon Stitchery, he's doing a stocking, I think, for his niece. Anyway, he's of course sparked this whole revolution, not a revolution, but this whole stitch along, and everybody's wanting to start a stocking with Ronnie. So I'm gonna put the hashtag down here. I can't remember what Gary said it was the other night, like Ronnie sock it to you, Sal, or something along that lines. But anyway, I will show you what I've got going. So the current stocking situation. Oh, and I want to show you my birthday start too. All right, so the current stocking situation. Oh, I've got a new bag coming because I need a bigger bag for my idea. So I am stitching a stocking for my grandson, Brooks. It is difficult for me to stitch this stitch. I am a paper stitcher. This particular stocking is a lot of color changes, a lot of fractional stitches, a lot of all of the things. This is the stocking that I'm stitching. Right? There we go. Yeah, it's a lot. And so I've been working on it. I was trying to work on it 30 minutes a day, but I was finding that, to be honest, I was changing colors every 5 minutes, and it was just taking very long time. I'm stitching this on a 25 count mushroom Lagana. And here's where I am, okay? And there are so many like quarter stitches in this basket and color changes. Like they're subtle, but they're in there, and it just was taking me a very, very, very long time to make any progress. I was getting very frustrated. This is definitely the stocking that my daughter wants for my grandson. I think I'm gonna pick the next one for the other one. But, okay, so here's the idea. My sister-in-law and I were talking about it, and she was like, maybe you're just gonna have to thread your needles, or, yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I went onto Amazon and I bought like a pack of like 100 needles. They were not expensive. I'm sure they're not great, but here they are. And I got some of these little, I think these are the knockoff Pecco organizer things, right? And so I'm gonna thread my needles. A lot of them are like 3 strands. The coverage looks really good. I could probably cheat down to 2 and make my life a lot easier. However, because I'm not that far along, you probably wouldn't notice it, but I want it to come out good. But that's all the DMC. So I need to spend some time threading, right? And getting ready, because that is one of my main priorities of 2024. The stocking, the 2 borrowed pieces. That's 3 really big priorities of 2024. I'm sure there's more. Oh, Sir Thomas, that's 4 things. So anyway, that's the situation with the stocking currently. I just want to bring you up to speed on that. The other thing I wanted to bring you up to speed on was my birthday start, my plan for my birthday start. Very excited about this. I am going to be starting Firefly Fairies by Lavender and Lace. That's Marilyn Levitt emblem. That is Nora Corbett's mother. This is the chart. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. So I have everything I need to stitch this except for the fabric, because the fabric is kind of a thing, y'all. So it's a bunch of, I need to put them on floss drops, a bunch of DMC. We've got beads. We've got lots of Krynic and Petite Treasure Braid. We have all the things, okay? But the fabric is a thing, because I don't know if you'll notice on this picture, you see how that like burst of magic coming out? So that is actually the fabric, the linen, it's bleached, right? So there are very specific instructions on the back of this chart about how to achieve this look. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to be brave enough or goofy enough to give it a try. But it tells you exactly what to do, like how to use the bowl and the cold water, and to drip it here, and to wait till you make it to this color, and to rinse, rinse, rinse. And then there's like this whole template on the back of this chart with the fairies that you trace out, and then you can choose the area that you want to center on by using this template so you get it in the best place. And am I just going to be brave enough to do this or not? I don't know. I have a piece of, oh gosh, what size is that though? I ordered a piece of Color and Cotton Slate. It might be too small of a count. That's kind of the idea of the color I'm going for. The original color is Cobblestone. It's a Zweigart, 32 count Cobblestone. So it's kind of like a grayish color. So I think that's the color I'm going to go with. I mean, I might just try it and go for it. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a very unique part of the chart. And I know it's not necessary, but there are, I mean, surely I can maybe follow the directions. I don't know. This could be a Hot Mess Express. I could probably even try to record some of this. No, I don't think I could, because I can't imagine trying to record with bleach going on. But anyway, this is what I'm thinking of. I'm trying to figure out this fabric situation. It's going to be my birthday start, December 8th, hashtag so fancy B-Day, Sal. Stitch on something fancy. I'm going to be starting the Firefly Fairies that I've wanted to start for a long time. I mean, there are just some things I really want to start. I really want to start Santa's Forest by Lavender and Lace. There's some Told in the Gardens I want to start. There's one I want to start for my aunt. Like, there's a lot of things that I want to look at and really, like, I'm kind of excited to pick, like, 12 things I want to start next year. Like, just like plan it out. These are the 12 things I want to start in 2024. I mean, obviously, I probably will start more. But, yeah, and I want to finish a bunch, too. It's just these whips are big, y'all. Man. I don't know why I like these big projects. All right, so let's go over some haul. This is going to be a little bit of a mess because my haul is, I'm going to have to go back and forth, and I've got stuff everywhere. So y'all just bear with me here. Some of this is old haul too. I don't even know. Like this, I got this at Target. You can't get this anymore, but I wanted to show you. I got this in the dollar spot for like finishing with a little bat on it. I don't know. I saw somebody on FlossTube had bought one of these and thought it'd be cute to put some pillows in and stuff, like Halloween little stuff. Cute, right? Fixing to sneeze. While I was at my LNS today, I went over and looked at the table and I couldn't resist this one. And I don't remember why I don't have this one. Pam from Just Keep Stitching, she showed this. I just watched it this morning, so it was fresh on my brain when I saw it. I was like, yep, I want that one too. I love that one. Nice chart. All right, let's see what else I got. I wanted to show you all. I actually bought this. This is this is gonna be very random. This is my adjustable tablet stand. I've been telling a few people about that. I use it for when I'm Zooming on my iPad. You know, some of those stands are so rickety, they just fall over. This one is a really good one. I got it on Amazon. It was not expensive. It's silver and it does hold my holds my tablet really well. So I'll try to put a link for that one down there below too. Just adjustable tablet stand for desk. I mean, I think it was 10 bucks or something like that. So yeah, that's great. That's great. All right. Let me just drag some of this over here. I didn't get to go to the sweater weather retreat, but oh my goodness, I got all my swag from Colleen, which I'm not going to show all the swag because I know it's been done. But on top of my swag, Lynn X Stitches took me shopping in their on-site store, and I ended up buying some things because Lynn took me shopping. So thank you, Lynn, for taking me shopping. We were supposed to be roomies, Lynn and Bobby and Zamia and I. We were all rooming together, but Lynn and Bobby, they held down the fort. But isn't this cute? So I pre-ordered this Jasmine custom bags. If you've ever had any of her bags, this was like the official bag for sweater weather. It's great. I love it. I'm excited that I was able to get that. Okay, let me just move some stuff here. Oh. Whoops. Oh no. Okay. Terrible. Right, whoops. Oh, please. Okay, I'm back. Whew. This is something I'm super excited about. So there is a person named Kim. She's Clay by Kim. She's on Instagram and she designs these beautiful little clay dragons and flowers and such. They're needle minders. I might have showed you, I was gifted a beautiful Christmas one, and my the puppy ate it. He's not a puppy anymore. He's a year old, but he ate it. It was very dramatic and traumatic because I've wanted one of these for so long and I could never get one. And I want to say a special shout out. Thank you to Jordan, the tattoo stitcher, for being such a great cheerleader, telling me I can do this and I can get this. I won my first Clay by Kim not last week, the week before. Isn't it precious? It's called Frost, y'all. It's just like a leaf with like a little bit of frost on it. Oh my gosh, is that even focusing? I don't think it's focusing very well. I love it. Why isn't it focusing? Maybe that'll be better. Oh, so sweet. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this one. I really wanted it and I got one. And they're just hard to get. I won't have a million of them, I can assure you that, because they are not inexpensive, but they are beautiful, and I'm so happy to have that one. My sister-in-law made me these. I just wanted to show you. She's the Rivertown Designs US. She has a lot of fun stuff on her Etsy shop, but she made these super cute, like, bowl cozies for, like, when you put things in the microwave, and she knows that I love Disney, so look, I got Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Oh, so Look, what does this say on it? Just one bite. These are so great. So great. So fun. So go check her store out when you get a chance. I was able to join Under the Sea Fabrics Leslie Fabric of the Month, and I got my September fabric the other day. It is a 28 count piece. It's a fat quarter. It's called Orange Pico. I like that color. I actually don't really have anything close to this color, so I was pretty excited to get that. My friend Colleen, Rebel Stitcher Designs, she had a little sale going the other day to get rid of some fabric she had from the trunk sale from the retreat. And then she also made the decision where she was only going to be carrying Rebel Stitcher patterns on her website just to make her life easier. So she had a sale. So I got a couple pieces of Extra Designs 36 count. This one is light hazelnut. And this one is dark khaki. And I got some charts on sale. I think this is so cute. It's Homespun Elegance. I really like Homespun Elegance. And I've always wanted this chart by Mojo Stitches, but I feel like they're a little on the expensive side. Not that they're not worth it, but like they're just not, like, they're just kind of more expensive charts. And I love that black swan because I love swans. And I got the Addams Family by Plum Street. And I thought this one would be cute because this would be fun to make for some stitchy friends. Stitcher's Ornaments. I really like the tomato. Oh, and then one of the newer, maybe not last month, the month before, the newer Nora Corbett, the Mirabilia release, I could not resist. I ordered this from Mindy Daigle. You can find her on Facebook in the Mira groups. She's a great Mirabilia source. Delphine's Butterfly Brigade. Now that is, you know, I am stitching Queen Mariposa and she's all about the butterflies, but that one looked like fun. It's a big dress though, y'all. And I did also order her embellishment pack, which is a big embellishment pack. That is a lot of beads and treasures in there. I don't have, I still need to get some water lily. That's a silk. And it looks like 4 Krynics. So, and DMC. And fabric, you know, all the things. But anyway, she's pretty. I was able to pick up for my LNS, my 2024 Book of Days. Same format as before, which works really well for me. So I'm excited to get going on that. Quite some time ago, maybe in the spring, Cottage Garden Threads, they ran a fundraiser, Hearts for Pam. If you haven't received yours yet, I think everybody's has shipped by now. If you haven't received yours yet, you might not want to watch, but I ordered like the whole fundraiser pack, and it came with a bunch of really pretty floss, like all the Cottage Garden Threads floss. And then what they did was, this was like the palette that they gave designers and asked them to, like, you know, design some really nice charts. And so they did, and I mean, like, it's a significant amount of charts. In addition to cross stitch, we also received several embroidery charts, which is nice. I did hand embroidery before I began cross stitching, so it was kind of fun to get those too. I'll put that with my embroidery stuff. I do want to just kind of go through and show you the wonderful charts that our cross stitch community came up with for her. This is from Jan Hicks, the Hopeful Heart Prayer Flag. And the Witchy Stitcher, Anatomical Heart number 13. I don't know if everybody is going to be releasing these at some point on their own for sale. Not sure. I think some people, you have the, you can if you want, I think. That's Mojo Stitches, Zelda's Heart, and that's about Zelda Fitzgerald, which I like Zelda Fitzgerald, and that actually just bought her a Mirabilia chart of Zelda Fitzgerald the other day. Love Bugs. I think that's cute. I'm not a big bug. I don't dislike bugs, but I don't know if I'll stitch that or not, but I thought it was cool. That was cool. This is Ink Circle, Hearts Entwined. This is Rebel Stitcher, Heartfelt Posy. And this is, hold on a minute, let me cover this up. This is a Jeanette Douglas, Heart for Pam. Some specialty stitches probably, I don't know. And this is a Heart and Hand, Choose Hope. Look at that one. And then this one is Darling and Whimsy, Stitched for a Friend with My Heart in My Hand. I like that. Fox and Rabbit did Bathtub of Blooms. Pixel Pixie Cross Stitch did Wild at Heart. That one is wild. Stephanie Lindy Stitches did the Queen of Thread. I like that one. Michelle Bendy Stitchy did Ace of Swords. And I have to show you this one. This one is by Janine McGowan, The Blue Flower, Seasons of the Heart, Hearts for Pam. I love this one. Do you see that cockatoo? Do you see? I'm pretty sure that's a black swan. I don't know if it is. But the birds are good. The birds are so good. I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about this one. And I think this one has already been released. I think that's what Fawn was checking on that because she was interested in it because she's stitching those Seasons of the Heart. And I think she said it was released already. So I was excited to get my package from all the way from Australia. That was exciting. This is a recent release that I am completely obsessed with and had to have by Summer House Stitchworks. It is called Emily's Bliss. I love this drum. Wow. And the cool thing that I figured out, because I just picked this up from my LNS the other day, is that it also gives you instructions on how to make like the felt leaf and everything on the top, so for finishing. So I'm excited to do that. Isn't that gorgeous? Every leaf speaks bliss to me. I love that. Love it. And then I don't know why, but I saw this and I just had to have it, and so they ordered it for me. It's a Ghoul Tide Welcome by Plum Street Samplers. Maybe that might be a new Halloween start next year. I don't know, but do you see how good that tree is? So good. So good. Tammy, Creative Country Girl, Tammy Blalock on Instagram, she posted a thing about she had some of her older bags up for sale. And so I said, I like all of them, just surprise me with one of them. So she sent me this one. I don't have that many patriotic bags, and I actually have liked this particular bag for a long time. I like the colors. I like this ribbon up here. Tammy makes great bags. When Lynn went shopping for me, I bought a couple of her bags from this Sweater Weather Retreat. I did not have a Mardi Gras bag. I think everybody needs a Mardi Gras bag. Well, I feel like that anyway. I love this Mardi Gras bag. And I didn't have a Game of Thrones bag. And my gosh, how could I not have a Game of Thrones bag? I mean, I don't have a Game of Thrones whip anymore, but I don't know. It's a nice bag. Lynn makes very nice bags. I was excited to get these pieces of fabric in. This is for future plans. From Needle and Flax, I ordered a piece of 40 count Thornfield, and I would like to use this color for the Leela's Studio, the Summer Quaker. I feel like it looks like Sandy Beach. It's gorgeous. And this is the second piece I have of this. I have another piece for a Liz Matthews piece. Another beach piece, but so I was happy to receive this. These, these can be hard to get and, available when she dyes them. And the other piece that I got is for the Spring Quaker, and it is a new color of hers. It's Needle and Flax's 40 count Sleeping Bear. And I think that's completely washing out, but it's just trust me when I say it's pretty. It'll be great. I was happy to get that. Let's see, what else do I have? This is my last month's Fabric of the Month Club from Fox and Rabbit, 32 count. It is called Glacial Melt. It is a gorgeous color. I might be able to use this for that Praiseworthy Stitches piece. I'm gonna leave that out. Might do a floss toss on that. It's a really pretty blue. Okay, what else do I have here? I have a couple bags from my friend Jordan, a tattooed stitcher. She took some bags to, oh, just one, sorry. She took bags, just one? I thought I had more than one. Anyway, she took some bags to Stitch West. And this is one of the ones that she had left, and I thought it was really cute. Jordan sells some more tattooed stitcher. Check that out. This was the October. You see, I'm so behind, y'all. This is the beautiful October bag from GaRon Stitchery. I love this fabric. This is some of my very favorite Halloween fabric ever. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So fun. What do I have here? Oh, y'all. Goodness, goodness, goodness. What is this? I was heavily enabled one day. Well, so, okay. I get the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And when I get this, I love to look at it, and I also love the punch needle in it, but I've never done any punch needle before. And then I was watching Cam the Stitcher, and she was talking about getting to visit Not Forgotten Farm. One of my very favorite designers, Lori Brecklin, Not Forgotten Farm. I wish I could visit there. She went with her aunt, and they have lots of punch needle there. And so Cam fell down the punch needle rabbit hole. And so Cam's talking about all of the items that you need, the special Morgan hoop, the weaver fabric, stand by, the punch needle, all of the things, right? So, you know, for somebody who's been really wanting to try a punch needle, it didn't take very much, okay? It didn't take very much to go like, I need all of those things. So I did order a smart punch needle. I have not tried any of this yet. This is something I want to try over Christmas break. I ordered a beautiful pattern called Blue Willow. That's going to be the first one I try. I ordered this special hoop, a Morgan lap stand. I guess I have to figure out how to do all this, you all, but this is so you don't punch your fingers. There's a certain kind of cloth you have to have. It's called weaver's cloth. Where's my weaver's cloth at? Oh. It looks like a really, 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 it almost reminds me of her doll or something. It's a very, very, very small count. It reminds me of her doll a little bit. But not as stretchy. And then I also ordered, I found a place online, I can't remember the name of it, because I needed to source some of these Valdani's pearl something. The Valdani's for this chart, this color. I'm going to experiment with this over Christmas break, and I'm going to let everybody know how it goes, because when I opened this Punch Needle and Primitive magazine for December, I found one that I absolutely have to do. It is called Shiny Bright Perch, designed by Michelle L. Palmer, and it's probably advanced because I like it so much, but look at that punch needle. Oh, look at his sweet little face. I have to do this. I have to. So I'm going to figure out how to punch needle. What else do I have in here? A little bag of fun stuff. Oh, where is that at? Okay, so I was at my LNS poking around, and I found a couple treasures. And it was so amazing because these treasures, y'all, I mean, admittedly, I really enjoy older charts. I do. But I found a few treasures I am over the moon about. I'm just showing to you. Okay. I found on the rack at my LNS a primitive needle. God bless us, everyone. So primitive needle charts are very hard to find. Unfortunately, the designer passed away many years ago, and they are not being reproduced. Her family is not interested in doing that anymore. So these are hard to get your hands on. So that was awesome. And same day, I find a birds of a feather, and I'm looking at it, and it's a chart, and I don't really love the chart, right? Like, it's not something I'd be dying to stitch. It's called Halloween Icons, right? I mean, it's cute, but I have other birds of feather I like more. But I was like, why is that one chart cost $24.50? Because on the back was a piece of birds of a feather fabric, Meadowlark, which is like, you just can't find this stuff anymore. So this is 32 count Meadowlark by Birds of a Feather. Very excited about that. I love these cinnamon sticks by Homespun Elegance with these Santas on them. I have a few of them. I bought a few more off eBay the other day, and I have a few that I already have in my stash, and I haven't stitched any of them yet, but I love them. This is a few more things that Lynn was able to pick up for me when she went shopping. I got both of these Rebel Stitcher charts, these vintage knockdowns. I want to do those, and I want to finish them because I think they're funky and creepy. And then, while she was there, you know, like, Shiba Designs is like some of my favorite fabrics. So I got 36 counts marbled khaki. Oh, it's so good. 36 count marbled bunny, which I already had a piece of that. I really like that, but it was in a different count. And 36 count old raspberry. So pretty. Let's see. Anything else I just have to show you? I have been waiting on this to come in. I had ordered it from the Needlework Market thing, Betsy's Halloween basket. I saw that there's a Christmas one coming out by Pansy Patch Quilts. I really want it. I like these. I like them. It was so sweet. I like Kathy from Two Needles Pulling Thread. She was giving away a few of these stitches by Ethel, and she sent this to me. I just isn't that nice? I love these. I think they're so cute. So cute. Stitches by Ethel. What else do I have here? I got some eBay stuff. Oh goodness, y'all. I think I'm gonna show. I did order this peppermint and holly, or I picked it up from my LNS. It's a beautiful reprint of something of a book that was very sought after and going expensive on eBay. So it's nice that they reprinted it, but look at this punch needle in there. Tulips and holly. Yes, I'll be doing the tulips and holly once I get the hang of the punch needle. I also really like this one that says Merry Christmas on it. Let me find it. And I like the Merry Christmas. It's available now though. And also Holly Manor. Really good. Oops. Just a conversion chart. Okay. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm showing you all the whole chart. Oh, I think that's all the haul I'm going to be able to show because it's just a little bit overwhelming. Too much stuff. Because I hit up some sales, like my friend Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitives. She's been running a bunch of sales. And I picked up this one, especially since I just visited Salem, Witches of Salem. This remembrance piece. I really like that. And I picked up also, when she was running her sale, a copy of The Sewing Club by Blackbird Designs. There's a lot of good ones in here. And, oh, I love this one. I've been wanting this one for a long time. Blackberry Rabbit, the Honey Makers. Yeah. So these sales, I love them. I also love root beer floats. I picked that up at my LNS the other day. Isn't that cute? Just so fun. So fun. Fabric is this? You can just see. Nope. If there was anything else, I just had to show y'all. But sometimes I get going on that eBay and get all sorts of goodies. Can't resist them. Oh, I did order this too. Have you all seen this? Harvest Friendship by Teresa Kogut. I like that. I like this piece. This book has that and like a Biscornu, and I think it has a drum in it or something, but I bought it for this because I really like that. Very cute. Y'all, that's it because, whew. Okay, but see what's going to happen in the future is I'm going to come to you every couple weeks and I'm going to be able to show you your haul, and I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe all this that I've packed up for like 2 months worth of haul. You know, so we won't be doing that. We won't be overloading on the haul. It'll be a little bit more spread out and nice. It is like 2 hours long. Okay, so I feel like this particular floss tube has been kind of wild, just full of so many things from the last couple months. So if you have stuck through and watched this whole thing, thank you so much for getting caught up with me. I so appreciate it. I'm going to be coming back to you soon with a little mid-month update. We're going to do a whip parade. We're going to be all ready, good to go. I'm going to have plans. We're going to be ready for a fabulous start of 2024. I am excited about 2024. I have a new grandson coming. I'm not going to be doing as many retreats in 2024 because I have some other kind of travel plans going on, but I am planning to go to a few retreats. If I can squeeze in some other places, you know I will. You know I will. But yeah, so I'm going to be coming back soon, and we're going to be giving you an update on how it's all going and what I'm all up to. And oh my gosh, I have this huge mess in here, y'all. And I'm working like I have a lot of hours to work the rest of this week. So y'all be thinking good thoughts for me when I'm cleaning up all this mess at midnight. Anyway, I'm so happy to be back. I have missed everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, whatever it may be. Enjoy your stitching. Take care, and I will see you all soon. Thanks. Bye.